So yesterday we got hit with a blizzard. Not a crazy blizzard, but we easily got a fresh foot of snow. It was windy and cold all day. I barely spent much time outside. Like, I did a little bit of my basic chores, but other than that, I did not want to go outside and work around the farm. And you know, it just so happens too, this weekend I actually have some family staying here with us. And so it's been very nice visiting with them and hanging out. And well, this morning I got out here and I decided to do my usual snow clearing. And as I was clearing the snow, I looked at the cattle. I gotta admit though, over the last couple of days, the cattle have been rather skittish, and so I have been watchful for them. And I've noticed that as of late too, they've started to show signs of really looking like they're about to drop. You know, most of the girls are looking very full and pregnant. You know, the other day I noticed that Anne of Green Gables actually started to do what's known as bag up, and her udders are starting to really fill with milk. But I was not expecting, while driving the snowblower of my tractor, to come out here and see a little baby calf freshly emerged stumbling around the barnyard. And so I have some very exciting news to share with you guys. Yes, our farm has had its first calf born. Despite the fact that it's only about 15 degrees right now, and despite the fact that we got about a foot of fresh snow and we've had blinding winds, our little calf is right here. How's it going, fella? And that's his mom, Anna Green Gables. She did a phenomenal job of getting him cleaned off. I mean, he's not looking bad at all. He's even climbing like a little billy goat. You know, they have the inside of the barn, and I've been keeping that covered with fresh straw so that they have a good dry place to go. But yeah, he's looking pretty good. Hey buddy, how's it going? And yeah, his mom seems like she's doing good, and it's amazing. You can see just how much thinner she now looks even compared to yesterday. And he's just downright adorable. You can even see him right now, he's suckling on her. Abby, I've got some unfortunate news for you, girl. Your run as the baby on the farm lasted only about 2 weeks.
It's just a baby.
But you still had to say, okay, mom.
I just a baby.
Too bad, sorry, sweetie. You know, it's funny, even though Anna's his mom, it does seem like he's got a collection of aunties sitting around here, even though most of those aunties are probably gonna have kids of their own pretty soon. Annabelle, that you see right back there, she's probably the next to have a baby. And then Ariel, who you see in the back there, she's also probably not too far off. The only one that I wonder about, and if she's gonna have it or not, is the black one, Audrey. She looks the least pregnant, even though I will admit, I'm starting to even notice that her udders are starting to bag up really well. So I don't know, I'm guessing I'm gonna have 3 calves running around here, maybe 4. And if you're wondering about his sex, he is actually a boy, I believe.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
I mean, you can see the umbilical cord swinging between his legs, but I also think I see little boy parts there as well. He's a little cold, I can tell, he's shivering. But mom wants to be out here eating some more hay. Now, some might say I should probably bring him inside or do something with him, but at least the way my cow mentor has been teaching me to raise these Scottish Highland cattle, I really shouldn't be doing anything. You know, the most important thing was making sure he was dried off and clean, and he looks very dry and very clean right now, so that's all a big plus. Yeah, mama, I can tell you're really hungry. And you, buddy, you're just looking adorable. I will admit though, I feel nervous and anxious because there isn't anything I'm supposed to do here. Other than make sure he has fresh bedding, make sure she has plenty of hay. If he wants to get out of the cold and go inside, he can. And she can take him. That's pretty much all I have to watch for. You know, I feel like so often in our world, we're conditioned to believe we have to do stuff. And I feel like I should be doing stuff. But I'm gonna be listening to the advice of my mentor and I'm not doing anything. I mean, he's all dried off. He's looking good. I don't know, part of me really does wish I could just corral her into the barn and keep her in there for a couple of days, but I don't think that would do much good. It's a little cold and windy today, but it's gonna warm up, and over the next couple of days, we're gonna have weather in the 40s and 50s, and so if he can just make it through the next 24 to 48 hours, he's gonna be great. Are you gonna come close enough to let me touch you? Oh, I can't quite reach you. are super curious about all this, Toby. I can tell. I'm not sure if you can hear the noises his mom is making, but I think she's trying to encourage him to drink because she's pretty full in there. It was actually good to see both of them go back in the barn. As hard as this is, I should go start doing the rest of my chores here this morning. The rest of the animals are probably freaking out. We'll check back in with the little baby calf in a moment, but golly, isn't that exciting? Lots of exciting stuff happened last week, guys. I don't even think Abby knows what to make of it all. Hey, bud. I know, it's super exciting. I mean, I checked on everybody last night at around 8:30, and Mom had no signs of being in labor or anything. All right, Abby, you ready to let the ducks out? Well, first, we gotta get them all water, okay? Abby, no. Oh! All right, dogs, let's go let the ducks out. Would you look at that snowdrift? I mean, this is over a foot here. Got an inch or two down here. Release the Kraken! It's too snowy for them to want to go outside. But the good news is the ducks have started laying again. These are 2 duck eggs. This one actually I think comes from Jemima Puddle Duck. Of course, it's frozen and cracked. Here, Abby, you get to benefit from this one. Yeah, this one too. Hey, Toby, come here. Hey. Abby, no, we don't chew eggs, remember? Here, Tobes, you can have that one. I find it's important to teach them that they're not allowed to eat a whole egg, but it's okay if they eat a broken egg. Good morning, weird chickens. How's it going? Time to get the chickens and geese. Oh boy. These birds are really snowed in today, huh, Abby? Good morning, everybody. Rise and shine. Let's see if we got some goose eggs this morning. Oh, yes, we did. There's 3 fresh ones here. And 1 fresh one here. Wow, 4 eggs right like that. Perfect. You know, it's definitely a sign of spring with all these eggs and babies being born. You can see that the ladies are starting to get banged up from mating season, though. Like, look at that one goose. That injury that she has on the side of her head, that's totally normal mating activity. You can see some of the other gals have cuts on their head back like that too. You know, probably the easiest time of year to tell the difference between a gander and a goose is when they're in mating season. The geese don't want to go out because Abby's standing there, and Abby doesn't want to move because she's afraid of the geese. I think that's what's known as a Peacham standoff. All right, let's get these eggs inside. They are now officially valuable cargo. All right, come on, dogs. Let's go. There go the geese. Now that Abby's not standing by the door, they're all deciding to come out and get some fresh air. All right, let's go, Abigail. We're gonna feed you now. Uh-oh, Abby. I think we have a problem. Yeah, I've had a couple issues with Abby's house lately. I'll explain that in a second. But first, I think I'm gonna need to expel some of the riffraff. Out you go, geese, come on. Out, out, out. Out, 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 all of you. Come on, out, out, out. I leave the door open at night because I let Abby free range, but then I forgot to close it when I let the geese out because they immediately like to go in there. The other change you might notice with Abby's area now is there's this chicken wire up here. So the other day, Abby escaped from her yard and the door was still locked and I couldn't figure out why, so I set up a camera to see how she did it. And apparently, she's able to just climb over this fence commando style. It was not something I was actually expecting. It was never an issue I had with Toby. I mean, I kept Toby in the same kind of enclosure for more than a year without a single issue or escape. So at first, I put these ropes in place to see if that could be just enough of a deterrent and barrier, but she immediately jumped out of that again. And so that's why I added the chicken wire that you see here now. And apparently that's keeping her from escaping. Because again, as to the recent video about the sad departure of Blanche, it's one of those things I gotta be most careful of, is making sure she doesn't have unsupervised bird access. But let's feed Abby her kibble for the morning. Come on, Abby. Okay, enjoy, Abby. All right, with Abby locked up, let's go check on our little bull calf, huh? Oh, Abby, I know you don't like it in there, but it's really for the best. Where is our little buddy? Toby's really curious. Like, he wants to go out and check out the cattle yard. Ordinarily, I wouldn't have an issue with it, but I think it might not be for the best right now. Like, I don't want protective mamas or other cows to get worked up by Toby's presence. Again, this fence would be relatively easy for them to bust through. There's our little guy. Standing there right there with Ma. Hopefully he's been drinking. That's the one thing I'm a little concerned about, is I have not seen him actually take a sip. I've seen him try to suckle, but I haven't seen him actually drinking yet. Maybe I just missed it earlier, so I don't want to panic, be overly protective, but that is actually right now my biggest concern with him. He's all nice and dry, and as you can see, he's born with that layer of Highland fur, so he's pretty well covered. I'm sure you guys are probably wondering what his name's gonna be, and I don't know yet. I'm open to suggestions. I wanna give him a couple days to make sure he makes it all through. The other thing I'm noticing is, if I'm gonna guess, I think either Ariel or Annabelle are gonna be my next to drop. I think Ariel, the little mermaid, is looking pretty darn close. Don't be shocked if the next video ends up being about more calves being born, because I feel like the season has officially begun.